Hey there, everybody. Man, I did not want to turn that song off. Hope everybody is having a great Friday, or I guess Saturday. I know some of you, it is early in the morning, 1, 2 a.m. You took the time to come out here. I'm excited. My name is James Ward. I'm going to be doing the presentation here today. I'll be your host, and I am fired up about what I'm about to share with you guys here today. So you may be joining us for the very first time, or maybe you've been here for the last couple of weeks as we've been doing these calls. Things with Lionshare, what you're going to learn about here today, are going crazy, and that's just the truth. I've never in my entire career seen so much excitement and so much momentum over a project that hasn't even gone live yet, right? We're just a couple of days from launching. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit at the end of the presentation. But what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to walk you all the way through what Lionshare is. What is all this buzz about? Why are so many people excited about that? Why are we having over 600 people on our calls at night? All those things we're going to talk about. You're going to be able to learn here today, and I get to be the one that shares it with you. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I am going to share my presentation here with you and make sure that everybody can see it. Okay, so it looks like we got it. So I see a lot of people that are just joining the call here. You are here for the Lionshare presentation, the English version. We do have calls multiple times a day, both in English and in Spanish, and we are attracting so many people here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make sure that we can not allow people to write on this board. All right, there we go. All right, I got it. Okay, so here we go. Let me go back here. I'm gonna clear this up. I apologize for that. I want to stop sharing. I'm gonna share again, and we should be good to go. Okay, so all right, looks like no one can write on my board now, which is awesome. It's kind of distracting, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. So we're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling. For those of you who are just jumping in, welcome to the Lionshare presentation. My name is James Ward, and I am gonna be your host here today to tell you all about this awesome company and why it's so important. I like to start with, the challenges that are happening right now in the world today. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States where I'm at, if you're in Africa, if you're in Asia, if you're in South America, wherever you're located in the world today, there's a lot of struggle that's going on, right? With the COVID, it's one time in history that I can remember that it has deeply affected every single country out there. We've all had people that have, lost their lives that have been close to us. There's people that have lost their jobs, and it's put things in a financial situation that people need help, right? They need something that they can do right from the comfort of their home. And why I'm so excited about Lionshare is it's something that was created for the people. What you're looking at here today is a smart contract that has been designed to truly benefit the people. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that, okay? There's a lot of different things out there, but what is unique about smart contracts is, number one, they're 100% decentralized. I'm going to tell you what a smart contract is here in just a second. For those of you that maybe you're new to cryptocurrency or smart contracts, that doesn't even resonate with you, I'm going to help you understand that here in a second. But here are the key things that you need to know. You don't necessarily have to know how it works, right? I don't know how electricity works, but I'm using it right now. What I want to teach you is the benefits as to what a smart contract can do for you and your family, and how Lionshare can provide some great wealth for you, okay? So number one, it's 100% decentralized. What does that even mean? Well, basically what that means is there's no need for a company owner. There's no need for a company. There's no need for an admin. A smart contract and Lionshare is self-operating, okay? So once it is put on the blockchain, there's no one behind it that has to pull the strings to make it work. You don't have anyone making decisions on, should we change the compensation plan? Should we do this? When should we make commission payouts? None of that is handled. It's all taken care of inside of the smart contract. So what you're going to see, with Lionshare, is what I believe is the best smart contract in the world, okay? It's going to be very simple to understand. It'll be very clear. It'll be right there on the blockchain, and it's completely transparent. Now, one thing you're going to learn about this company as well is it's a peer-to-peer commission structure. So what that means is this. You're never going to have to wait a week or a month for a company to pay you a commission. You don't even have to wait a day. Commissions are paid instantly and directly to you from peer to peer. So from me to you, or from whoever it's coming to you, it's paid directly to you in Ethereum. Okay. And that's important. That means that, there's no waiting around, as I said, which is super important. But, there's been a lot of companies that have come and gone, some of them with bad intentions, some of them with great intentions. And it's just the decisions and things that are made, the money management, things like that, that can cause issues. You don't have to worry about that, right? What you're looking at inside of Lionshare and the smart contract is we remove 100% of the risk, okay? So think about this. Think about knowing that you could refer someone to Lionshare and you're not going to hurt them, right? There's no way that they can be hurt. There's not anyone at the top that can run off with the money. There's not a way for the system to be hacked. There's not a way for the company to go out of business because there is no company. It's on a smart contract. There's not an owner or an admin at the top that are pulling strings that may not benefit everybody. All those risks are removed that you usually deal with when you're referring others to a business. So you can be excited and be happy and feel completely risk-free on referring people to this smart contract. And I am more and more excited about it, because I've really been on the corporate side of things in this industry. And for me to know that there can't be anything that messes it up for people, that it can just be a blessing for you and your family, I mean, that is so amazing to me. Now, you also have complete control of your business. You're going to be able to run your business directly on your laptop. You can run it on your phone. If you want to run it on your phone, it's going to be completely up to you. And all the payments are in Ethereum. Now, some of you are like, what does that even mean? I'm sure most of you have heard of Bitcoin, right? Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, right next to Bitcoin. Now, the beauty with Ethereum is the technology behind it, which again, you don't have to understand it. You just have to know that it works. But the technology behind Ethereum is better than actually the technology behind Bitcoin. It is much faster. It's much easier to deal with, okay? And you can use your Ethereum. You can convert it to anything that you want. So, like I live in the US, I could convert it to US dollars and be able to use it. So whatever country you're in, you're going to have the ability to do many things like that. There's a lot of companies that have created debit cards and things like that that you can use, that you can transfer it to. You could convert it to any other cryptocurrency. There's a lot of advantages that you have with dealing with Ethereum. And like I said, for me, I really love Bitcoin, but I believe with Ethereum, that how easy it's used, it's gonna start going neck and neck with Bitcoin at some point. That's just my belief. Okay, so as we go here, let's talk about transparency just for a second. There's a lot of companies out there. I would say like 99.9% of companies, they're not as transparent as, number one, maybe they should be, or number two, maybe they can be, because oftentimes businesses are owned by other people, right? You might have silent partners, you might have shareholders, you might have all this different thing. And it's like one big secret behind like what the business really is, right? Well, with a smart contract, everything is completely transparent. Every single transaction that happens inside of Lionshare smart contract, you'll be able to see. Every transaction that happens for you, every transaction that happens for a team member, every transaction that happens for everybody. It is completely transparent. There's no hiding, right? There's no way to like have someone at the top that's tucking money away or, stealing a little bit from everyone. Everyone's heard of that, right? And everyone's been hurt out there. Here's an opportunity to take that hurt away and to know for a fact, hey, we know exactly what's going on in this business because we can see it. Imagine being able to not only just log into your account, but log into anyone's account and see the transactions. That's how transparent we're talking about here inside of Lionshare. So it's very, very exciting. Now, a couple key things that I want to talk about in regards to your business, what makes Lionshare a little bit different, in my opinion, than other smart contracts out there. And we're not here to bash any contract. You're not even going to hear us talk about any other company because it doesn't matter. What you look at with Lionshare is the best of the best. Our smart contract, it will be very simple to understand. It'll be easy to read. Even if you're not a programmer, you're going to be able to go to the blockchain and see exactly what we're doing and how our code is structured. But there's a couple key things that inside of Lionshare that were really attractive, and I think that you need to learn about them. Number one, as you go out there and you share your business with other people and you personally start referring people, you better make sure whatever company or whatever smart contract you're dealing with allows you to keep your personal people, right? I mean, why would you want to go do all the work to refer people to get them to say yes to a business and then lose them, right? Inside of Lionshare, you never lose your directs. That's super important for you to understand. So you go out there and do the work. They stay with you. Also inside of Lionshare, we're about to look at the compensation plan. What you're going to see is there's two different platforms. One platform is designed for your personal efforts, right? So the efforts that you go out there and put in. So when you personally work harder and you personally refer more people, you're going to have more benefit. But we also have a team aspect and a team build that we're going to talk about as well that allows you to partner with others. I think if I ask everybody here today, we would all agree that not everybody has the same gifts and talents as everybody else, right? There's some of you out there that will go in your first day and you'll be able to refer 100 people. And that's great, but not everybody has that type of talent. Not everybody has that type of time, right? So we created a business build, a team build opportunity for you as well that we're going to talk about, which is very important. Now, when you learn about our compensation plan, it is a matrix. And the key thing inside of a matrix is, as I said, you want to make sure you take your people with you. And that's what you're going to learn about here today. When you personally refer people, how they will follow you into your next matrix and how you can really work together and benefit by just helping a few people. Imagine that for a second. Imagine being able to work with just a few people and knowing that you can add value to their lives and be wanting to help them. Because here's my deal, and we'll talk about this team build as we get going. I think it's really cool to know that I could be here in the United States and I could work with people around the world with no problem, which kind of leads me to my next 2 points. What you're going to see here on the next page is the prices that we deal with inside of our packages. And you're going to see that it is affordable to the masses. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of companies out there that talk about being affordable, and they're charging $300 or $400 to get started, and then there's some huge monthly fees. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that business model, but it's truly not available to everyone, right? What you're going to see today is something that is truly, it is affordable to anyone who is really wanting to get started. It's affordable too. So it's going to be awesome. The last thing I want to talk about is the boundaries in which you can do business. There are no restrictions inside of Lionshare. As long as someone has an Ethereum wallet, they can do business with us. So what does that mean? It means that you can have anyone in any country in the world, regardless of where it's at, to be able to do business with you, right? Oftentimes, if you're dealing with a traditional business, they restrict you, right? You have to be in a certain country to do business. There are no limitations for you here to grow your business. So it's very, very exciting. So let's get to this and let's look at some of these price points so you can kind of understand what we're dealing with here. And I know some of this might be a little bit messed up here, but you can kind of get the idea. The next couple slides will work it out for you, okay? So here's the way this thing works. We have what we call an L1 and an L2, or you can call it Lionshare 1, Lionshare 2. Pretty clever, right? Really hard to understand. But the bottom line is this. If you remember, I said we have two different types of platforms. One is for your personal build. Those are the people that you personally refer. The other one is for your team build, and we're going to talk about each one of those. But here's what's amazing about this platform. If you remember, I said it's affordable to anyone. You can get started with Lionshare on both platforms, both the L1 and the L2 for 0.04. Now, if you do the math on that, okay, in US dollars, that's less than 10 US dollars. Think about that for a second. When I said it's affordable, I wasn't just saying, hey, it's going to cost you a couple $100. No, it's affordable to anyone who wants to get started. Imagine being part of a platform here, a smart contract that allow people to get started for as little as 10 US dollars or less, depending on the price of Ethereum, and really start changing their life for them and their family. People need this right now, right? The world is struggling financially. People need this opportunity. So you can see we have things that our first platform starts at 0.02 on both the L1 and the L2, and it goes all the way up to 16 Ethereum. So depending on what your personal budget is, what your current financial situation is, it's going to help you to determine which one actually makes sense for you. So you can buy one, you can buy them all, you can buy anything in between. we recommend that you get started with as many as you possibly can. So, if you can come in and buy the first 6 packages on both the L1 and the L2, hey, that's a good thing, right? That's a good starting place. And then you can begin to build from that. And you can speak with your sponsor about that, or whoever invited you here today, to kind of learn about more what their strategies are, because they may have different strategies that they want to share with you. So let's get this thing going here. First, we're going to talk about the lion's share one, okay? The L1, that's what I'm going to refer to it as. As I said in the very beginning, this is for your personal sales, okay? These are for people that you personally refer. That means that you went out there, you have your affiliate link, which no one has yet because we haven't launched, but you have your affiliate link, you give it to someone and they sign up on your link. That's what's considered a personal sale, okay? As you can see on the lion's share one, it goes all the way from 0.02, as I mentioned, all the way up to 16 Ethereum. And these little circles that you see here, these will be people that you personally put into the package. So I'm going to go to the next slide. I think it's easier for me visually to see this and understand it this way. So maybe it will be to you as well. So let's assume that you just came in at the 0.02 package, okay? The L1 at 0.02 Ethereum, which is, I think that's like $4, right? It's very inexpensive to get started. But it works the same for all of them, okay? So it doesn't matter if we're talking about 0.02 or if we're talking about 16 Ethereum, it works the same on every single package. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I'm going to go through one of them and help you understand the mechanics, and then you can go and do the math, okay? So here's how it works. It is so simple. This at the top, this 0.01 and this 0.04, that represents you. It represents your matrix, okay, basically. And every single time you put people into it, there's only 3 lines directly underneath you in the L1. And this is so simple to understand. So get this, all right? You're going to receive a commission, 100% of the commission on the first and the second cell that comes into your matrix. So there's you at the top right here. There's 3 slots underneath you. On the first 2 cells, you get 100% of that commission. Can't be any easier than that to understand. On the 3rd cell that you make, that commission is going to be passed up to your sponsor. Now, it does 2 things. Number 1, it gives your sponsor an incentive to want to help you, right? To support you. But the second thing it does is it creates a brand new matrix for you, a brand new matrix where you can do the same exact thing over and over again without having to come out of your pocket, right? Without having to put more money into the same package. You can cycle on one package over and over and over again. So you can earn as much money as you want, right? So imagine having multiple packages on L1. Imagine referring people to them. And imagine the success that you can have, because here's what's really cool. When you personally refer people, remember, they always follow you into the next matrix. So when your people start having success, guess what? They're going to show back up in this matrix again, and you're going to earn income again. It is an amazing, amazing thing for you to be able to participate in. And it's powerful because it gives you that incentive for getting out there and working hard, but it also allows you to work with your sponsor as well, and they will want to help you in return. But the key thing is this: it's simple to explain, simple to understand. First 2 cells, 100% goes to you. The 3rd cell goes up to your sponsor, and you automatically get a new matrix. Pretty easy, right? I probably could have condensed that down to like 2 sentences and you would have understood it. So this is just your personal. Now we also have what we call the L2. The L2, or the lion's share 2. This is the team build, okay? And the main difference between the team build and your personals is now you get to work with people. As I said, there's some of you out there, you may not have the ability yet to go out there and refer 100 people like some people do. So you're gonna wanna partner up with people. You're gonna wanna work with the people above you, the people below you, and you wanna benefit from that, right? We wanted to create a smart contract that could bless everybody. And that's exactly what you see here inside of this L2, okay? So you can see the price points are the exact same. They start at 0.02, they go all the way up to 16. You can buy one, you can buy all of them. It's completely up to you. Or you could be somewhere in the middle. But the difference between the L2 and the L1 is very simple. You can see on the L2, you have 2 positions directly under you, and then under them, they each have 2. So your first line has 2, and your second line has 4 people. So let's go to the next slide here and see how powerful this is, okay? This is the way that the L2 works. Your first 2 positions, so we're gonna call them position 1 and position 2. they're going to be passed up line, okay? Passed up line. When someone comes in, they join, they are, that commission right there, that payment is going to go up line. It will not go to you. But a couple key things you need to understand. These positions that you're looking at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, you may personally refer some, you may not refer any, okay? So that's what's amazing about this. You literally could cycle inside of your L2 without referring a single person. Now, let me preface that by saying, look, you want to refer people, because the more people you refer, the more people that are going to follow you into your next matrix, right? And the quicker your business is going to build. But for the sake of just understanding how it works, it's really simple. The first 2 cells, cells 1 and 2, go upline. Cells 3, 4, and 5, this is hot, this goes to you. 100% of this goes directly to you. So if you started at 0.02 and you got a payment of 0.02 on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th slots right there, like I just pointed at, guess what? You've tripled your 0.02. Now, you may have referred those people, you may not have. Think about that, right? You have the ability to work with others. So you could have people that are putting people in here for you. You could personally refer them, but either way, you're going to get paid on spot number 3, number 4, and number 5. Now, the 6th cell that comes into your matrix is going to go directly to your sponsor, and it's going to recycle you again, which means you don't have to come out of your pocket, right? You don't have to send more Ethereum. You get to cycle over and over and over again at the same exact package level. And what's also awesome is your sponsor is going to get rewarded for referring you. And most importantly, and I have to say this, okay, one of the beauties of Lionshare is the fact that you always follow your sponsor. So I want you to think about this just for a second, okay? Let's say that you just personally referred 6 people into Lionshare. 6 is, like, in some businesses, to refer 6 people, if someone's paying, you know, $1,000, that's a big number, right? But we're talking about $10 or less, right? You can go out there and get 6 people. Every single person on here can do it. It's $10. Everybody can do it. So we're going to go with that example. Let's say that you personally refer 6 people, okay? And they fill all 6 of these slots right here. Well, the first 2 are going to go up. You're not going to get paid for them, even though you personally referred them, but you're going to get paid for 3, 4, and 5, 100%. And then the 6th cell would go up to your sponsor. But here's what I wanted to point out. Every single one of these people, when they cycle, they're going to follow you back into your next matrix. That means that they're going to take another spot into your next matrix and always 100% of the time follow you. So when you refer people, that is so important to be able to keep them. You don't want them and their organizations going somewhere else. No, you want to create that team environment that we talk about and create wealth for everybody and be a blessing to everybody on your team. So for me, I look at this, I'm like, I can envision people in the US working with people in Africa. I can envision people in Africa working with people in Australia or Asia or wherever, or Europe, right? Everybody can work together here and be able to earn. It's a powerful thing. So I want to show you the breakdown of the L1 and the L2. Now, what you're looking at right now is basically, if you started at the very first package, the 0.02 on the L1, remember the L1 are your personal referrals. If you started on the L1 at 0.02, and every single time you cycled, you upgraded, okay? So you took the money that you earned on the L1, 0.02, you upgraded to 0.05. And then you took the money from 0.05 and you upgraded to 0.1. You get what I'm saying, okay? You didn't take the money in, you just kept upgrading, and kept upgrading. If you did that through all 16 of these, all 16 of these tables, you can see that you would have earned 55.59 Ethereum. That is amazing, right? Now listen, that's just with cycling one time on each level. We will have people that will cycle multiple times, hundreds of times on one level. We're talking about one cycle, upgrading all the way through the 16th table or the 16th package, you would get 55.59. Pretty cool, right? Now here's where it gets powerful. If you did the same thing on the L2, so you started at 0.02, and every single time you cycle, you upgraded to the next package. By the time you got to the 16th, you would have 111 Ethereum. That's powerful because here, remember, this is just cycling one time and upgrading. People will be cycling multiple times and multiple times a day. So that number is very low. If you get to the 16th package, my guess is that your income will be much, much higher than that. But that's an example of just cycling on one package, each level, one time. So it's powerful, right? It's exciting stuff. So let's keep going here. Now, your commission payouts, I talked a little bit about this. Your commission payouts are peer-to-peer. So what does that mean? Well, it means this. You're not going to have to worry about an admin or a company calculating your commissions ever. It's on the smart contract. It cannot be changed. It cannot be manipulated. People cannot go in there and say, hey, this commission structure is paying out too much to the people. Let's change it. None of that can ever happen. We've all experienced it, right? It can never happen. Right now, you'll have the ability to earn 100% of the commission every single time that you're due a commission directly and instantly to your Ethereum wallet. You will see it pop in there instantly. And that's power, right? Seeing those payments come in on a regular basis, that is powerful. That creates belief in every single person. You know, it's time. It's definitely time for you to get your lion's share. And here's the deal. We get the question like, what does lion's share actually mean? I want to encourage every one of you, when you get off this call, Google the term lion's share. In any business transaction, whoever gets the biggest portion of that business transaction gets the lion's share. And it's time for you to get yours, okay? So let's continue here. How do you get started? Well, it's simple. I mean, it's really simple. All you have to do is have an Ethereum wallet. We encourage you to go to your Chrome browser, okay? Just go to Chrome. It's right there on your computer, and set up MetaMask. MetaMask is completely free. It will take you maybe like 10 seconds. No, seriously, it'll take like 1 minute to set up an Ethereum wallet with MetaMask. It's simple to do. So you just go to your Chrome browser, go to Google, type in MetaMask and hit enter. It's going to pop it up, and it is a Chrome extension that you download right on your computer. Now, some of you, if you have an Android phone, okay, if you have an Android, not an iPhone, but if you have an Android, you can also download the Trust Wallet. The Trust Wallet is completely free, just like MetaMask. You can set it up in a matter of seconds. Now, our system, okay, lion's share, when it is 100% on the blockchain and the smart contract is there, it will work automatically with MetaMask and with Trust, okay? So it's very cool. Now, some of you might be like, well, James, I have my Ethereum over at blockchain.info, or I have it at Exodus, or wherever, it doesn't matter. You can hook it to your MetaMask, right? MetaMask allows you to import other wallets. So if you would like to use something that's already there, just import it so it can automatically speak to our system, right? Very, very simple to do. So a couple things I want to talk to you about as far as building this business, you know, because some of you might be here at the very first time saying, well, you know, how do I get this thing going? You invite people to a call just like this. We do these every single day, multiple times a day, in English and in Spanish. Soon we will have Portuguese. Soon there'll be people all over the world that are doing it in their specific language, okay? You're also gonna have a system that has an affiliate link for you, where you can actually have a movie that people can learn about the system. We have attracted so many different leaders to this company, so being able to come out to different calls to learn from different leaders is going to be exceptional for you and your team. So, you know, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come out here. What I would like to do, we're not going to wrap it up yet, because I want to bring out Mr. Edgardo. Edgardo, are you there where you can come out and add some energy to this call?